Apollo Crews has finally won the WWE United States Championship, but he won that in front of a bunch of NPCs. Like, look people, I appreciate the crowd, but it felt so fake and forced. And the biggest reason is because they kept zooming in on these wrestlers. Like, I know that is a fake reaction. You're not that excited, I know that. By the way, I've heard rumors that Nia Jax injured Kairi Sane. At this point, I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised. I would be surprised if she didn't injure anyone. I remember once I tried to read Nia Jax's tweets. People, I almost lost my vision. Nia Jax is not a joke.
You should remember what I did to Kairi.
Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Greatness of Raw, your favorite Monday Night Raw review show. And people, I have a bit of an announcement. A big video is coming up because I'm going to talk about the Rat himself. I'm going to talk about this gentleman right here, the Satan of wrestling community. I think it's gonna be one hell of a video. But without wasting your time, let's talk about Monday Night Raw. So we finally got crowd. It's a bunch of NXT wrestlers. First and foremost, I appreciate that. I think it's a great decision, but unlike in AEW, now I said that in my AEW review. Maybe it's a bit ridiculous, for these wrestlers to be that excited, but I get the point. Now, the difference in the WWE is they keep zooming in on these people. I know you're not that excited. You're a wrestler yourself. You're not gonna be like, oh my god, it's Kevin Owens. You don't care that much. It felt very fake and forced, although it was still pretty decent in my opinion. I just feel like they shouldn't zoom in on these people during segments and promos. All we want is the noise. I don't want to see these wrestlers being so fake. It's so ridiculous. The show kicked off with Kevin Owens. We saw a bunch of excited WWE NXT superstars. Way too excited in my opinion. He acknowledges the crowd, says that some of them are the future of the business, especially those wearing a Kevin Owens t-shirt. And he brings out his guest, Asuka. She's still chanting for Becky Lynch. This is where the audience should be chanting Becky Lynch as well, but it was almost impossible to hear that. This is where you should be exciting and performing as a crowd. We also got Charlotte Flair, Natalya, obviously Kevin Owens clears the ring. Then we got Nia Jax. And my mood went like this. I do not like Nia Jax. There's a lot of drama in the wrestling community right now with JD, Alexa Bliss. And I want to address my recent comments about Nia Jax. So, I still think they're funny. I'm not sorry. That is a joke, people, obviously. Don't take that seriously. I know some of you will be, imagine saying this about Nia. It's a joke. I call it a joke. Ryan Satan is probably very angry about this. Nia Jax says, we all know she will be the next champion. Kevin Owens exits the ring, and we got a big brawl. So this basically set up a triple threat match later on the show. Guess who won that match, by the way? A little hint? I didn't like it. Then we got the WWE United States Championship match. Apollo Crews versus Andrade. First of all, that was a great match. I'm very happy that Apollo Crews is finally getting that push. He was drafted to Monday Night Raw, traded, I guess. And he's been showing a lot of great stuff on the show, man. Like, that match against Alistar Black proved that he is no longer a jobber and WWE are doing something with the guy. So this match was awesome, Finally, we got some crowd noise. Again, I hate that they kept zooming on these people, but whatever the case may be, it was still very entertaining. Now, surprisingly, Apollo Crews, maybe it's not surprising because it was Memorial Day, but still, Apollo Crews won the WWE United States Championship, the first title in his WWE career. I'm happy for the guy. I think he deserves it. He's a great wrestler, very fun to watch, and earned the championship a long time ago. Do I see him as a long-term WWE United States champion? Not really. I believe WWE are going to give that championship to Seth Rollins and the WWE Tag Team Championships to Austin Theory and Buddy Murphy, or Murphy. Man, I keep screwing up. But I'm happy for the guy. You can see how much it matters to him. And hopefully they're not gonna take that championship away from him in like a couple of weeks. I appreciate that Seth Rollins' character is getting better and better every week. His whole point is that Rey Mysterio is a sacrifice. He sacrificed Rey Mysterio. He says that Austin Theory and Murphy understand what it's like to be unappreciated. And they were thrown away by the WWE universe like he was. So they basically got his guidance. It's pretty awesome, and I appreciate that this is becoming a real faction action. We got the IKonics in the ring talking about how Billie Kay slapped Peyton Royce last week. She's sorry, that will never happen again. They're gonna focus on being a tag team because they've done everything together. And they're gonna take these WWE Women's Tag Team Championships together. We got Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, and we got a big brawl. I don't think it's bad, these two are legit tag teams. The only issue is, do we really have any more women's tag teams in the WWE, or that is the only possible rivalry right now? We got a very fun episode of VIP Lounge. His guest was WWE Champion Drew McIntyre, and he says that when Drew McIntyre kicked me, I knew he's going to be the next WWE Champion, but I also knew that when he loses the WWE Championship, I'm going to be responsible for that. He introduces us to Lashley. Drew suddenly drops MVP with a Claymore, but of course, like in a typical WWE segment, a heel is a bit too afraid to step up. Again, people, Drew McIntyre is absolutely amazing. I love Drew McIntyre, I think he's a great champion, and like I've said many times before, even if WWE fans are going to turn on Drew McIntyre, it's going to last for a little longer than Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins because Drew McIntyre is a lot more likable. Natalya was faking getting a phone call. Yeah, in kayfabe she wasn't, but you know, that's okay. Oh, come on, Primo, you don't have to say that you love my show. Come on, that is too much. What? You subscribed? Oh, thank you, thank you. Kevin Owens versus Angel Garza was next. Before the match, Kevin Owens got attacked. It was a fun match. Now, it was actually pretty shocking because, yes, Kevin Owens was attacked before the match, but it's Kevin Owens, a former champion. Angel Garza is still pretty green. Not in the ring, but you know, he's a new guy in the WWE pretty much, at least on the main roster. Turns out WWE really do care about the guy, thankfully, and he won the match. I almost want to say fair and square. Obviously, he attacked Kevin Owens before the match, but he hit a finisher, 1, 2, 3, and he wins the match against Kevin Owens, and in my opinion, that is pretty huge. I like Andrade, but Angel Garza is so much better, man. So much better. Maybe Andrade has the look, but Angel Garza is so much more charismatic. Maybe even better in the ring. I'm not quite sure. Andrade is absolutely amazing as well. But when it comes to charisma, character, man, Angel Garza is so many steps ahead of Andrade. Lana is trying her best, but they're having none of it. Again, they're probably trying to get rid of her. Probably going to release her, and she's gonna be with Rusev again. Maybe, I don't know. We got Austin Theory and Murphy versus Alistar Black and Humberto Carrillo. If you have a Humberto Carrillo in a match, even if it's a Royal Rumble, he is going to get pinned, I don't care. Humberto never wins. And yeah, that's exactly what happened, people. Austin Theory pinned Carrillo. Then we got Seth Rollins, Murphy, and Austin Theory trying to sacrifice Carrillo. Alistar Black wanted to help, but Seth Rollins told him to step away. If you don't want this to happen, of course. Seth Rollins teased it, he didn't do it, but I mean, that was a pretty big warning. Seth Rollins is losing his mind and I love every single second of it. This character is getting better and better. We got a very good Edge promo. He was talking about Randy Orton. You know, he mentioned how Randy Orton had over 1,000 matches, and during that time, Edge had 0. So he was talking about Randy Orton and stuff, but my favorite part of this promo was the fact that he mentioned The Undertaker's Last Ride documentary about how Undertaker just cannot step away from the ring, you know, it's an addiction. And Edge with tears in his eyes said, I get it, dead man. That was pretty cool, man. I like I've said many times before, acting career really helped Edge. Like, really helped Edge when it comes to segments. In a way, I believe that was real. I don't think it was all acting, but in so many cases, you see Edge performing at his best. I believe it's ridiculous for people to complain so much about the greatest wrestling match ever line. Obviously, WWE are just advertising it, but still, I don't like it because that's a lot of pressure, you know. No pressure, guys. The greatest wrestling match ever. Go ahead and have a match, you know. No pressure. The greatest wrestling match ever. Yeah, we're calling it the greatest wrestling match ever, but just go out there, perform. We'll see how it goes. No pressure, guys. Make sure it's the greatest wrestling match ever. Damn it. Number 1 contenders match for the Raw Women's Championship match. Nia Jax versus Natalya versus Charlotte Flair. Oh boy. Okay, so I don't want to see Charlotte winning. Natalya is at this point that would be boring. Nia Jax is my biggest enemy. So yeah, Nia Jax wins the match. She's going to face Asuka, and oh boy, tell me she's not winning the championship. I was feeling a little bit sad Then I saw Rob Gronkowski, and my day was better. We saw Ric Flair going nuts. And then in the main event, we got the Street Profits versus MVP and Bobby Lashley, because MVP and Bobby Lashley issued a challenge. Why? Well, because MVP has Bobby Lashley. Wouldn't say that I was very excited about it, not gonna lie. It wasn't bad, you know. I like that MVP is an active competitor. I didn't think it's going to happen for that long. Anyway, it ended in a disqualification because Lashley wouldn't listen to instructions. After the bell, we got Drew McIntyre, we got a big brawl. That was actually pretty entertaining. We got a bunch of NXT superstars being taken out by Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley, which was pretty fun. And Raw goes off the air when Lashley and McIntyre are yelling at each other from the opposite corners. That was actually pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah, man, I believe crowd added a lot to the entertainment. I believe it was pretty alright. But like I said before, WWE took something from AEW, which is perfectly fine, but they still couldn't do it just as good because it just didn't feel as organic as normal. You know, I don't like these zoom-ins. That's my biggest issue. Oh! Everything felt like a YouTuber's thumbnail when he's, doing the cocksucking face. Guilty, done that before as well. But anyway, people, thank you for watching this video. A decent episode of Raw. We're finally getting some crowd noise. Thank you very much, The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.